In honor of us waiting on you, there's kittens everywhere. Because you're the group's own personal murder floof.
I really am, aren't I?
So is everybody ready?
I'm ready.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so where last we left off, you completed your mission. You turned in the Baron's son. He was elated to have his boy back, or at least the signet ring. And you guys spent lots of time, selling your ill-gotten gains, or very appropriately earned wages, one or the other. And bought anything that you needed that was missing, because thankfully in town was a great place to buy things. So has everyone purchased everything they need?
Index? Did you buy things?
I did. I don't even remember being able to buy things last time I was out.
He was in a mild coma.
This is a mild one.
Any coma you can wake up from.
Yeah, we have a chunk of change to spend on whatever we want to spend it on. If you want to go through the books and figure out what you want.
I think I need some armor.
Yeah, we got Bob a scythe/military pick, a shield for Korik, and a bolo as well for Bob.
Like the tie?
Exactly like the tie.
Ranged weapon.
Exactly like the tie.
Not as deadly as the tie, but,
If you're cunning enough, it can be both. That's a hidden weapon.
Beware the secret power, a bola tie. Charming.
Or a worse weapon, Ebola tie.
Ew, that's just nasty.
Is that just a person from Taiwan or Thailand, but with Ebola?
Oh, that's bad.
I mean, it's bad, but it's not nearly as bad as one of the guys in the Star Wars game alluding to the N-word in a joke.
What?
Kevin?
That
Oh.
was awkward.
I'm like, not in my Star Wars group. What?
I very rarely am able to drop into that chat because I just don't have the time. But that was one of the times that I was like, I'll check on what's going on the chat.
It was not a great time to choose to look at the chat.
You guys seem to have been talking, and then nobody talked for a long time.
And then all of a sudden, the chat's no longer used. So conveniently, since you guys are big damn heroes, and conveniently, since there's a never-ending supply of work for a bunch of big damn guild heroes that are willing to take jobs for the Adventurers Guild, you guys have a mission that you're immediately set on after you did your shopping spree, because a nearby representative of the kingdom of, basically the humans, what's left of the human empire, is got a mission for you guys to go to the Badlands, which is basically just code word for the wild lands that are not currently occupied by any one kingdom. Or, they've been fought over and nobody's alive that's left to claim it right now. to find a warlord who basically is been known for looting and pillaging and collecting magical items, almost like she has a collection of magical items that could be procured along with the magical item in question. But you guys have been sent to return the Urn of Kings.
Are you saying that there's someone out there hoarding magical items more than we are?
Yes.
Taking
Are you
that-
saying that there is an urn that holds the ashes of more than a single king?
Yes, it's actually tradition of the King of Kings there that each king has a little bit of his ashes put in this urn. So this could be a amazingly horrible necromantic thing, or just a token to prove that you're the warlord of warlords, kings of kings, by having possession of this.
I'm not against us keeping it for Bob.
It's also really good to exfoliate your skin.
So who's supposed to be the owner of this Urn of Kings?
Many stories say many people should be the legit owner of this. Conveniently, possession of said urn would legitify any claim to this. So there's pretty much a long line of suitors for claiming that they're the king. But if someone actually had this urn as proof,
Okay, well, I'm kind of sorry to go down this theory of questions because it might blow the entire night. But why does the Adventurers Guild think that we who are heroes are going to steal somebody else's possibly appropriately obtained urn?
well, for the record, that there's no way, in fact, Warlord Karama is the genuine owner of this, because she totally killed a caravan full of people to get it in the first place. And the suitor that you are going to get this for, the Adventurers Guild does accept and acknowledge their claim according to their book of lineage. They can go back 8 generations saying, yes, they may be the legit owner of this. Ha! Take that on your attempt to derail the adventure.
Well, no. I was trying not to.
Oh no, it was perfectly
It's just
appropriate
as,
question.
And also, we're not actually above stealing. I just don't want the Adventurers Guild to know that.
Well, basically, the concept is you're going to be infiltrating the warlord's compound and liberating this item, and maybe a few other things may fall into your bag.
Ooh, that would be nice.
I mean, Index and I are not opposed to stealing stuff. It's literally what we do in our spare time.
It is.
I'm a gnome. Possession is an iffy thing.
Bob's a necromancer. Possession's a pretty concrete thing with him.
It's a spiritual thing.
I mean, if she killed somebody fair and square for the urn.
I mean, that is how you generally become king. You kill all the other people who want to become king,
This is true.
Exactly.
and now you're king.
Oh, in this society, is king a gender-based title, or can she be king?
King is a gender-based title, but there's totally warrior queens out there, so
Okay.
it's just
So,
that yes,
there are queens. So there are queens in the King of Urns, or the
Yeah.
Urn of Kings.
there
Okay.
are queens in the urn, yes. Basically, the urn is supposedly a nice thing that earmarks back to the Empire of Humanity, which is no longer with us. That if you own it, obviously you've got the divine right to own it, and you can totally call upon the wisdom of kings and queens of far gone years to get their wisdom if you're a legit heir.
Yeah, but the freaking patriarchy says it's got to be the Urn of Kings.
I'm mostly just trying to find a way to make a reference to King of Queens. really all I want to do at this point.
And then we find out that our warlord has her father-in-law living in the basement.
So does that mean that the warlord works for a delivery service?
Well, she delivers anything she wants to herself, so
Her right-hand man is called Deacon.
He's actually just a church deacon.
Bump.
Why did my skills disappear all of a sudden?
I don't know. You may
Okay,
need...
character info, I can scroll all the way down. Weapons, I can scroll all the way down. Skills, I can't scroll.
Click on where it says skills.
Click the word skills. It looks like you may have clicked the word skills and it collapsed your menu. See where it says the word skills under characteristics?
Right, I'm trying to.
Oh, it looks like you did it for a
Here
second
it
there.
is.
Yep.
Okay.
So if you click the word, it'll collapse it. So like if you click characteristics, it'll make your numbers disappear.
Okay.
It's really annoying the first time you had to figure out how to do that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I spend 10 XP and get my first pip of writing with all the writing we've done?
That makes perfect sense. So, of course, being avid members of the Adventurers Guild, you have options here. So, for getting into Warlord Kurama's, fortress of, banditriness, do you guys want to accept a invitation to a social gathering there? Pretend to be mercenaries trying to get a job there, or just flat out adventure your way in there? This is something that the Adventuring Guild has access to, so they are more than willing to give you options.
I don't dislike the mercenary infiltration idea.
And as a bard, I could gain access to, perform at the party.
I'm amenable for any single one of those.
Either one works for me. Although my brain just keeps on derailing this adventure. I'm like, why don't we just see if she's actually a good person and work with her?
No, because then if she's a good person, we'll feel bad for taking it.
Well, no. That's the whole point. If she's a good person, we won't take it, and she'll give us other stuff.
What? But then we won't have it.
Yeah, and
is the
the
job.
Adventurers Guild won't like us anymore.
They'll be like, she'd seduced them and turned them away from the cause of good. They are forever now stricken from the books. And now Bob is the Count Dooku of the Jedi Order.
Well, yeah, but I mean, how do we know she's a bad person?
We don't.
Do we care?
We also don't
You
really
don't.
care.
I mean,
Okay.
Good or
Sorry,
bad
I just
is
remember the
neither.
discussions we were having a few weeks ago about the heroes part of our name.
I mean, hey, maybe she's, a good warlord painted in a bad light, and you guys could totally pull a Bond femme fatale on her and see if you can seduce her to the good side.
And even if she is on the good side, I still see no reason she needs the Urn of Kings. If she's not going to be recognized as the rightful holder of such, there's zero reason for her to maintain ownership of it.
Okay, wait. I have a skill that I think will solve all of this. Actually, no, it's not a skill. It's a special thing. What is it? Oh, it's a talent.
Talent is a special skill. I'll give you that.
Okay. I have museum worthy. Once per session, take museum worthy action, make a hard knowledge check to ascertain information regarding a relic, ruin, or piece of history. This sounds like a really good thing to check out this Urn of Kings, its history, whether we think she actually should have it or not, and what's going on with it. Sound good?
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
I mean, unless you want to save that for another magical item somewhere in the facility.
No, I think doing it about the actual quest is a good thing.
Okay, so what does your ability give you again?
A hard check on a knowledge roll.
Okay, I got your hard check in there. And you know what? I'll even give you a blue because, you've got access to the guild's library.
Okay. And then I use the story point.
Okay, I got the upgrade in there for you.
And here we go.
Okay, so you have 2 successes. So immediately, Bob being the guy who talks to dead things a lot, so he knows a lot of stuff. You know for a fact that there's possibly like at least a dozen possible people who can claim proper ownership of this urn. And for the most part, you are pretty sure that yes, it is an actual magic item, but there are many, many, many conflicting stories of what exactly it does.
Okay. Does one of them actually determine who the warlord should be?
You mean the king?
The king, yeah. Like Excalibur, if you're able to do X, you should own it. Or is it just, how many times have non-warlords been able to actually have it?
Well, anyone can have it. The question is whether you use its abilities. Supposedly, there's a couple different references through history that if you're not the proper bearer of it and you open it, you have kind of a bad Ark of the Covenant kind of moment and faces melt off.
Okay.
But if you're intended to be using it, you can get access to all the kings and queens, knowledge base.
Oh.
I mean, and if you had the ability to ask, kings from 100 years ago a question like, hey, how did you get stains out of your bed sheets? I mean, these are things that you could ask the kings and queens of old.
So, do the stories say whether it's just the person that opens it, or is it a real Ark of the Covenant and like all of their followers and anybody in the room or the county also dies?
There's conflicting stories, but most likely it's the person using the item.
I think we have our abilities.
There's a few,
we get her
stories.
To open the item. If she survives, it's hers. If it's not, it's ours. Sound good?
Well, sounds like a plan. Whether it's good for her or not is a matter of...
It sounds like only 12% of a plan. Wait till late at night and she asks for a jar of mayonnaise and pull a quick switcheroo.
Okay, so which way were we going to do it? Mercenaries or guests?
Mm,
I'm good with either.
I was hearing a pretty tight split.
I'm liking the mercenary one.
Says our murder
I don't
sleuth.
I don't have social skills. Yeah, but I'm there to support you if you want them.
So mercenaries it is.
Okay, so you guys basically are going to work in getting, cover as, dyed-in-the-wool hardcore mercenaries.
Yeah.
Or at least very cheap mercenaries.
I will wear an eye patch to signify how hard I am.
On your robot body. I'm pretty sure your robot body signifies how hard you are.
Ting,
No,
ting,
it
ting.
will be an eye patch made from an eye that I put over one of my eyes. Yes.
Very solid.
Yes.
Also, seeing as you're the doctor, I have a crit.
We should take care of that probably.
We should probably take care of that, maybe.
Why is that bone sticking out of your face?
I don't know. You never patched it up. Why have you just been walking around like that?
I just thought that was how your species looked. All right. What is your crit? What level is it?
It's a 1 difficulty.
Okay.
Super easy.
So if I remember correctly, that's just like a one
purple.
difficulty. Yeah, 1 purple.
Yeah.
Can you add 1 purple to the difficulty, please, Joe?
I've got 1 purple in the difficulty there for you.
Okay.
That'll heal it.
That'll do it.
And not only does he heal you, he basically does some other things for you too.
Your teeth have been cleaned.
Oh my.
You no longer need braces. It's great.
I didn't need braces before. What did you do?
I added more teeth. This is normal.
Index, that was a mechanics roll, not a medicine roll.
I know what I did.
You now have a mechanical bone sticking out of your face.
Jesus.
That's less advantageous, but far more successful.
Take that, advantage dice. Yellow dice. Jeez. I guess it means that you recovered super quickly.
Speaking of, I wonder how many days it's going to take us to get there so I can recover wounds.
It will take you at least 2 weeks, so you'll be fully healed up.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
We could also treat your wounds.
Nah.
You know, in case one of those carnivorous space squid attack you in the meantime.
Don't worry. Space squid, not a problem.
Well, if you think your rectum is safe, then by all means.
My rectum has its own arm to fend things off with. This isn't a tail.
That's
What happens when
just wrong.
Probably not.
I think I should probably get some armor. How much money do we have as a group?
That's something to ask Kelly.
Well, actually, Index, you're the banker.
Yes.
But
I
left over from the job that we just did and stuff, and what we spent for Bob and Cork, is 490 silver pieces left.
So that's plus whatever you had for the bank.
We're at roughly 1,300 without doing the specific math.
Wow.
Yeah. So we can upgrade a little bit more, especially if we make some of our equipment.
That is a thing a person with mechanics can do.
Which, as we learned by my ability to install teeth into the cat, I have.
Install teeth.
I'm getting
One day
flashbacks on How to
you're
Train a
gonna be
Dragon.
happy that you've got some teeth.
Surprise teeth.
Surprise!
How are they a surprise? It's the location.
Yes, they're inside.
Who knew you needed teeth there? You never know until you have to chew something.
Index knew. Well, I think I might get myself some plate mail or make it. Which
is page.
Yes, I've got it open on. It's somewhere around 111 because I bounced around to look at the different abilities.
But more important, I heard somebody say they wanted to do some crafting.
Yes, it's time to craft for. That's half the business of Index right there.
So, do we want to completely give up stealth?
I don't know. Oh shit, we should buy some health elixirs. Those would be nice to have.
Those are super cheap, and I don't know why you don't have a stash of them, but you know.
Also, something that we can craft.
They're only 25 a piece, though.
which means it goes down to like $12.50.
With the potential of poisoning yourself.
Well, not all of us are able to be poisoned, and that's fine.
So, Index, you're wanting to craft armor, did I hear?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so which armor are you wishing to craft?
Okay, if you craft plate, we're not going to be able to sneak up on anything.
As it stands, I think. Let me double check, but I think Index has 1 in stealth.
Okay, if you craft Brigantine, which is almost as good, although rarer.
It's not rare. The plate is rare, but they would come out to be the same for the crafting because you round up.
Mm-hmm. A 4 and a 5 are the same thing.
There's less soak and 1 less hard point.
Right. So whatever you make for yourself, if you could make for me, I could actually be the tank.
Let's see.
Plate armor is -2 black to stealth checks.
Check. Yeah, my stealth is 1 green. My stealth is non-existent anyway.
So which armor are you making so I can set your difficulty?
I'm going to make plate, which will be 500 silver, and it should be 3 difficulty.
Alrighty, you got it.
Okay. It's been a little while since I've run this guy. Let me check my abilities. Okay. Skills, mechanics.
Okay, 1 threat.
Right.
I like that. So I'm totally going to add a black dice to your next crafting check.
Very good. Very good.
So you have basically crafted yourself in some nifty cut of time, because that would be the other use of a threat, and I can't really say the threat takes an extra day and you still do a reduced time. So you have a suit of plate.
Yes, apparently done very quickly.
Quickly, but in such a way that you exhausted yourself from it. That's obviously why the next attempt.
Ah, yes.
So what is the next item you're making?
Do you want a brigandine?
If you've got plate, you might as well go with plate.
Can you handle the 4 encumbrance?
I have 12 total encumbrance, and
Okay.
I currently use.
All right.
So I think so.
Hold on. Let me bookkeep first. Inventory.
As you're making some deal to get some coal and raw steel, and you're showing the blacksmithing class how to do your thing.
4. Okay. Going to skills and rolling. Uh-oh.
Something interesting will happen.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
That paid for itself.
Okay, so you make another suit of plate. You have 2 advantage to spend. How would you like to spend those?
Yes, let's.
You can
Let's
decrease
find
the
out.
item's encumbrance by 1. You can save enough materials to reduce the cost of the next similar item by half.
Oh, I know. Does anyone else need armor?
No. I mean, Twyla probably, but
Twyla most
Yeah,
definitely could
but
use
I
some armor.
can't wear. Huh?
Well, this would be anything he crafts next time.
Any armor that I craft next time. Like, so if you need armor, then we can get a half off deal just right now.
What? Oh, sorry, I've got the hiccups. I have 2 soak right now. I don't think. Can I wear armor as a bard?
Yeah, you can wear armor.
Well, so make me some armor. Really pretty, multicolored.
So, what would you like to use those advantages for?
Yeah, I think I'm going to do it to reduce the cost of the next item.
Okay, and which armor are you making her?
The armor that we just rolled for, or the third one.
The third one.
Twyla, would you like something that's a little bit more stealthy?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So.
And by the way, on that armor, I'm giving it the inferior quality.
The what?
Inferior. It's the opposite of the superior.
Yeah. Well, the good news is that they're still half price, and eventually we will make better armor. Let's see.
I mean, I could use a hard point on my leather armor if we want to do something like that. Because I do have 1 hard point free for it.
So Twyla, we can do the Brigandine, which gives you 1 defense die and 1 soak. Or we can do the Chainmail, which gives you 2 soak and has 2 hard points.
Well, let's see here. I have 7 wounds total. I mean, that's how much I can take. Would defense be better, or increasing my soak by 2? I think the soak, wouldn't it?
I think the soak also, because it's basically a guaranteed single success, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then,
And the chainmail also has an extra hard point, so later on we could pad it out with something else.
yeah. So let's do that, because then
It's also a lower rarity, so there's a greater chance that I'll be able to get more advantages on it.
okay. So that would raise my soak from 2 to 4.
Do you not have any armor on right now?
Fun. Thought I had.
And just remember on that one. Now I'm assuming that's the one going to Bob, right?
The second one, yes.
Okay, so
I
that
have
one's
padded armor right now.
going to have one less soak as inferior armor.
Okay.
I shared the inferior quality in the Facebook chat.
So you've got if you've got padded armor, then you're going to increase your soak by 1, and you're also going to get 2 hard points, which your armor doesn't have any of right now. The encumbrance goes up by 1 also.
In
But
the
let's
Facebook chat? Oh.
let's see how we roll for it.
Now, somebody want to use a story point? You can. I'm just saying, especially since Twyla can steal my last one. I think Twyla can.
Hold on one moment. Bookkeeping, making sure that the money that
Comes
we
out
have the
properly.
money. Yes.
And you're thinking of Esme.
Yeah.
Down to 2.
Okay,
Oh,
so
right. Okay, what is half of 500? 225. No, 275.
Half of 500 is 250.
250.
Half of 550 because it's chainmail.
Ah.
Right.
Okay. 275 then.
Well, that makes us broke and spends 11 of my personal silver, but
y'all
everyone is
won't
out
die.
in something that will save them. So hopefully that is better.
So my chainmail armor, or my padded armor, becomes chainmail armor.
oh, we've got 4 daggers we can sell,
Hold on.
don't we?
Okay, I think that's the money. Do you have and the difficulty for this roll is going to be 2.
Yep, 2 purple.
Okay.
Does anyone want to flip a story point? I mean, come on. This is something that could have some really cool long-term benefits.
It really can. How many points would 3 points?
I mean, come on. 2 triumphs would give you 1 other item quality.
And this only had 1 hard point, right?
Yours had 0. The one that we're making, as long as I don't botch something, will have 2.
Yeah, okay, 2 hard points, okay.
I'll flip a story point. That sounds fine. I want Twilight. Nice.
See, Bob, Index is working hard on hers, and you just buzz through yours.
Yep. So the +1 threat whenever it's used.
Ignore that. That basically inferior has multiple. It's basically a quality for
so
weapon,
the only
tool,
thing
and
I need
armor.
to worry about is the -1 soak.
Yep, the -1 soak.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought the inferior was going to be on his next item.
No.
It was on the second item, which is
okay. I thought it was going to be on mine. So
No,
I was
no.
like, no, I'm fine with that because,
He unfortunately
I'm
put
not
crumple
necessarily the
zones into
warrior.
Bob's armor, and now it crumples for a little less soak. So I've got the upgrade and the 2 purple in there for you.
We're all set?
Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yay! We made something nice for Twyla.
So you made it in, like, no time at all.
No, like both of these, everything that I've made has taken, I think, 1 day for mine, 2 days for the second one, and 1 day again for the third one.
So for 3 advantage, you could add an extra hard point.
That's pretty tasty.
Hard points are nice.
Mm-hmm.
Or perhaps remove that black from stealth.
Does the chainmail give a black to stealth?
It does.
Let's see. Oh, there we go. I see now.
For the triumph, you could add superior. Let me see. Drink something, sweetie.
I did, unfortunately.
So one thing I very recently learned is if you have the hiccups and you force yourself to hiccup, like you pretend you have them and you make yourself hiccup, you will interrupt the way that your body does hiccups. So you can try forcing yourself to hiccup for a little bit and then stopping.
Okay, let me try that.
Excluding damage criticals. Okay, so I think it's fairly obvious that I should put the superior quality on there because that thing is expensive as heck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing more expensive than superior, I believe, is gilded.
Yeah, yeah. So let's make it a superior chainmail.
Okay, so gives it +1 soak.
So in another plus, another.
Yes.
So that would be 3 instead of 2.
Yep.
Is it just that one for the superior, or does it also add to defense? I don't remember. I don't know where to find it offhand.
It's just 1 to soak.
That's still great. I mean, still for someone who has 7 wounds.
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah, because now that raises my soak to 4, which is really good for me.
It's higher than mine.
I think
and
that
you
I'll
still
use
have
the advantage. I think I'll use the advantages
Which is equal to mine now.
to increase the hard points.
Okay.
That way, later on, we could boost it a little bit more to maybe give it the Twilight quality.
So you put in lots of extra modification spots.
Yes, for future modifications.
Because you never know what mods you want to put on her armor later.
So 2 hard points. Or is it 3 now?
It is 3 hard points.
It's 3 hard points. Okay.
Yeah, the chainmail comes natively with 2, and I use the advantages to bump it up 1.
So the chainmail is extra tough and modular.
I'm putting that under under features.
So how much money do we have left?
We have no actual party money left. I dipped a little bit into my personal wallet to finish paying for Twyla's.
So
but
you
it was like
you made 3 sets of chainmail at half price, right?
I made 2 sets of plate mail and
a cheap chainmail.
Plate.
1 chainmail. Yeah.
Okay.
Plate spends a lot of coins.
How much did you have to dip in for mine?
In total for everything, we spent all of our party funds, and I spent 11 silver.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the 11 silver back out of my personal.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Hold on to it, and then the next time we'll figure something out. But
yeah.
Can you make me a set of leather armor? I can give you the 25 gold to cover it.
I can.
I also have the heavy robes we can sell back. Put that in group.
And we can sell the padded armor.
Yeah.
My old padded armor.
We can also just sell my old leather armor too.
Of course, remember, selling is never a good, basically it's pawn shop prices.
Right.
Yeah, but...
Yep. But it's more than 0.
It's not like we're going to use it again.
So...
but what if you need doom robes?
So, Jim, the price for leather is 50. To make it to craft one would be 25. How much would it be discounted on top of it if I cannibalized his old set of armor to make his new set?
I would cut 5 silver off that price.
All right. I mean, how much would we sell it for?
It would basically go for a quarter, so. So what, 12 silver? Something like that?
12 silver. All right. Does someone want to go sell off our stuff, and then we can play with what's remaining? Someone who can talk, preferably.
I wish we could just do this as elven leather armor. That'd be great.
I can negotiate for us.
I was looking at the craftsmanship things, and I do not think that I can craft something nice with the rarity boost.
Yeah.
Not right now, anyway. I'll have to make some tools at some point.
And I've got your 2 purple in there, by the way.
Whoa. Wait a second. Tools.
Oh, I just realized something. We should have been using an extra blue for using the Adventurer's Guild. Right?
Well, in this case, they're giving you a facility with tools, so this is how you're able to do it.
I think
okay.
Yeah,
they're not really providing superior tools.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we can build some of them later, but we didn't have to invest in like the 1,500 silver to have a crafting area.
Okay.
So, who's talky? Who's good at fast?
I'm good at negotiation.
You let's send her out with what we need to sell and find out how much money we have to play with.
Alternatively, I'm good at coercion.
What's your coercion?
It's 2 green, 2 yellow, but I don't think it's very applicable to this.
Yeah. Well, my negotiation is 3 yellow, 1 green.
Because the little one can talk you out of anything. So are you guys going to roll the negotiation or the leather crafting?
No, the
leather crafting.
do the crafting first, and then I can sell the stuff.
I want me some armor.
I've got your 2 purple in there.
Okay,
I want me some armor.
Okay. So this money's coming out of your pocket?
Yep.
Okay. Then I've got skills. They're multiplying.
Are you losing control?
We're gonna find out. Okay. Do you have everything you need, Jim?
Power's electrifying.
Well, you do it really fast. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Well, after you make a set of plate mail in one day, I mean, what's leather? All right, let me get back to advantages.
Not much options there. Reduce the time to craft, add a blue to your next check, save enough money to build the next one by half. Pretty much.
What does what kind of armor does the elf muffin use?
We don't know. I would assume leather armor.
I was thinking like flour, but he's delusional, so you never know.
It's that shiny wrapper that they put around cupcakes.
Yeah, the little aluminum foily. It's got an aluminum foil kilt.
Fucking adorable.
It's just as kilts in reverse.
I don't think it's worth it to save half the materials for the next leather armor or so. So I think I'll do it to get
reduced encumbrance is good.
Point.
Well, it's also 25. So next time we come in from adventuring, we could make another one with better armor.
Basically, you have all your leather scraps left over.
Die to my next skill check in preparation for making him a better set of armor.
Now just remember, it's the next skill check using the same skill.
Yes, so if I'm using mechanics in the field, we probably will also like that too.
All of a sudden,
How much do the health potions cost to make?
25 to buy, so 12 and a half to make. If you have
an
kit to make it
alchemist, yep.
I do. I have alchemist kit.
Because I have 28 personal silver, and we really should get some health potions.
I've got 44.
I've got 302.
Jesus fucking Christ. Why do
Bard.
you have so much money personally?
Don't you remember I sold that? I had the performance, as well as where is. I perform in town while Index is crafting an apothecary kit, and I made 302 silver pieces. That's what it says in my notes.
I mean, if you wanna talk about it for a little bit, it's gonna take me at least 4 days. It's gonna take me 5 days to make all of these because the second one took 2 days. So you've got a business week to do things around town and make money.
Well, no, we don't have much time to get out of town. We immediately got this quest.
Uh-huh. So pretty much I'm only going to let you craft one more item in the time that you had to recover and rest and do all the crazy stuff that you've been doing.
And you have to, when you make potions, you do them one at a time?
I think so.
Yep.
But I think potion making is
it's a lot faster.
Calculated in hours.
Yeah, it's 1 hour plus a number of hours equal to the rarity of the potion.
So for the super common heal potion, it's probably 1 hour.
No, it's rarity 3.
Oh, really? Well, it's 3 hours.
So it's 4 hours to cook one up.
Equal to the rarity. So yeah, so 4 hours per potion.
And also there's the stamina elixirs, which are just healing potions, but for your strain.
Which
they
are
cost
really
twice
nice.
as much, but are the same rarity.
And you have the lab, so you're good with, with Matt, so to speak. Are you going to do it?
How many do you guys want to make? And who's going to pay for it?
I've got 44, so Twyla. Twyla pay for it.
Twyla's buying the drinks.
Well, she's got to keep some in reserve, but yeah, you got 150. Go for it. I'll give 150 silver pieces.
150 is going to make us how many potions?
12.
2 for 25. Yeah. Track.
That would be 12 health potions, or you can do.
You only have time to make 4.
Potions.
How about that?
Okay, that's fine. 4 works. All right, so 4 rolls, right?
Yep. So I've got 2 purple in there. I, of course, would not jack with your first roll.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
All right. Well, let's find out what the crafting checks do.
So for 2 advantage, you can do 1 additional dose of the potion. Or reduce the time in half, which is pretty much the same exact effect. Or, for 1 advantage, they can heal 1 more wound or strain. Or add a blue to your next
more
check.
than I thought.
Obviously, she's been hiding money in her instruments.
Okay, so let me minus that from my total.
Okay, so what would you like to use your advantages and triumphs for?
So the advantage is going to be I'm creating an additional dose of the potion, and the reason that it's important to do that one is because I'm using a triumph, to make it more effective than normal. So we have
Ooh.
2 extra effective healing potions.
I will actually say you've concentrated it, so it's 2 potions that are ultimate healing potions.
Doo, doo, doo. The secret ingredient is teeth.
So pretty much it's gonna do double.
Okay.
So depending on how many you've drank that day, it's double the normal number.
I would suggest that you guys hold on to these potions because I don't need them.
Okay, so I will take 1, and you guys can split up the remaining 3.
Well, there's 2 of these super healing
Oh,
potions right
2. Then give them to the guys.
He just made
Okay.
2 ultimate healing potions, so it heals twice what normally it would heal.
I'll take just 1 regular healing potion. And
Well, hold
give
on,
these-
sweetie. He just made these 2. We're rolling for each one. So
We might have more. We'll find out.
okay, because he's still got 3 more rolls.
Okay. Do you have anything you want to modify? There we go.
Because I won't mess with the first roll.
You all
And
set?
it's a good thing
Yep.
you didn't.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
4 ultimate
You're
healing.
gonna love the effect you can do with that one.
So 2 triumphs lets me add another potion of lower rarity and to this potion.
So pretty much stamina is the only option to go with that.
Ooh, that sounds perfect. Then a healing potion that also
It's a
recovers your
healing stamina potion.
That one goes to Bob because he's a spellcaster.
There we go.
Okay, so that's 2 of your 4.
Okay. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
He's learned his lesson not to waste his story points on this.
No. So wow, 4 advantages.
So for this one, I'm going to do. I'm using 1 advantage to make this heal 1 wound, an additional 1 wound.
So healing potion plus 1.
Yes, and I'm using 3 to craft 2 batches of this potion. So we're getting 2 healing plus 1s.
Okay. I hope someone's writing this down. Okay, and now for your 4th and
I'm
final
not, sorry.
ingredient.
Wait. Who's getting them? Because I've been marking down what I've gotten.
So the 2 guys got the ultimate healing potion, right?
So far, I've gotten 1 potion of ultimate healing and 1 potion of stamina and healing.
Okay. And the cat?
I've just gotten 1 ultimate health potion.
Okay.
So maybe give me one of those plus 1s and give the other one to Twyla.
Yes, I think that is a good idea.
So that's a healing
So
potion
healing potion plus 1.
plus 1
Yes.
wound. Yep. Okay.
And for this one, this is the last check, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Last check.
This one we should probably do stamina potion.
Wait, I thought. Right, no, okay, yeah. This is the last one.
Does the stamina potion, does it cost the same as anything?
It costs twice
it's
as much.
Twice as much as the health potion. But money's not really the obstacle here, and it'd be nice for Twyla the Bard to have a way to recover stamina.
Okay. That makes sense to me, Twyla. You're the bankroll. Does that make sense?
So now so a healing potion with plus 1 wound and a stamina potion?
Hopefully. We'll find
Hopefully. It could be something horribly toxic. You never know.
out. Yay! We won't know until we try. Are we ready?
Yep.
Okay. Yay!
Can't stop, won't stop.
That's right.
Wow.
I have 2 advantage and a triumph again.
I sense how you're going to spend this.
It's the same thing I did before. So
Okay.
it's going to be more effective than normal, and two doses.
2 ultimate stamina potions. Basically, it does double.
I think. Can the robot use potions?
I have a journeyman stone, whatever it is, thing that helps me recover 5 stamina.
Ah,
And for the most part in combat, I think I'm going to be punching things. So
fair.
And I try to avoid combat, so I'll just take the one, and one of you guys can have the other.
I mean, I already have a stamina potion.
So this one potion is just 2 doses.
It's
there's
There's
two
just 2 potions,
Okay.
there's 2 potions.
and they're both
So-
extra powerful.
Bob, do you want to take the?
Potion of ultimate stamina.
That's good in case he tires him. In case you have a bad set of rolls and you end up exhausting yourself, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, and I'll just take one of them. So that's how many potions total that we've made?
7?
I have 3. You have 2, and the cat has 2, I think.
Yep.
That sounds correct.
Okay,
We got
so
7 out of 4 rolls. That's
Not bad.
That's not
so
bad at
does
all.
that count for? So would that be money wise? They're 12 a piece.
No.
Right, or-
You're only paying for four of them because a lot of them were free. 3 of them were $12.50.
so it's 62 and a half.
Okay,
Okay,
60.
62 and a half. Well, we'll just round then 63, because there's not a half silver, is there?
You
Why
can
not?
cut a silver in half, but that's defacing money.
Okay, I'll just say 62 then. Okay.
Okay, so you guys are heading off. You still have your horses, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so go ahead and deduct 5 silver for boarding your horses. Since you did spend a week there making stuff.
Hold on.
So you guys head off. It's road signs all the way. It seems fairly safe until you enter the Badlands. This is where the roads disappear, and it's basically nice, well-traveled paths. Is there anything particularly y'all are doing when you head out of civilized country?
Do we have a wagon of some kind?
We always have.
Okay, because I was going to say because I'm in no way qualified to ride a horse.
Yeah, no, we still have the. Remember, we swapped one of the 2 of the mares for regular nice
Draft horses.
draft horses, yeah, and a cart.
Okay.
Oh, wait, James, before we leave, we have to get supplies, like extra water and food.
Okay, so basically buying rations?
I guess.
Because it is going to be a 2-week journey.
Everyone else?
How are you guys for survival?
I'm good at survival.
Hold on.
I mean, yeah, like, can we consistently, like, you might want to only get like a day or 2 of rations.
If we can forage the whole time.
Yeah.
I've got 3 greens in survival, so it's not horrible.
Like 20 years ago, I played the Oregon Trail. That counts as a blue, right? That counts as a
Did
Yeah.
you die of dysentery?
Everyone did.
Everyone dies of dysentery.
It wasn't Oregon Trail, it was Dysentery Trail.
Bad water will get you every time.
It was President Zachary Taylor's death trail.
I've got like 1 green survival, so I'm a city boy.
Don't worry, I got you.
Well, we'll stock up on some of the rations for the horses too, like some.
Where do we put our armor?
on your body.
Oh, we were supposed to negotiate. Sell the.
Sell the spares. Yeah. Well, while I was making it, you guys go out and go out and make us some money.
Okay, so
Okay. Our armor's under item inventory, by the by.
Mhm.
yes.
Okay.
And you just put the stats in your character stats. So go ahead and Twyla, do your negotiation as you're going around to all the shops to see what type of deal you can get.
On all of our various sundries.
Uh-huh. Oh, look at that. She's making sure not to fuck up.
Okay, are you ready?
Yep. Wow. Apparently there's some serious short people hate in the city. Okay, so you can get an extra 5%. So you'll get 20% of the value. You'll get 30% of the value of whatever you're selling. By all means, while we're gaming, we can figure that number out. So you can just sell anything for 30%. And wow.
It's quite threatening.
Yeah. So needless to say, as you guys basically burnt some goodwill with your haggling, because Twyla was, she went from haggling to fighting in the streets.
Okay.
Obviously, some politics got brought up and things got ugly.
Why do we let Twyla talk to people? She either
She's,
stabs
She's
them
actually
or
the
fights
best
them
at
on the
it.
street.
she's the best at it, but she busts into violence. She has anger issues. So, needless to say, as she's managed to get a good price on the stuff that you guys sold, she caused you guys to leave town in a hurry after you finished making all your shit.
We have to come back here eventually.
Don't worry, there's a guild chapter house in most major cities.
Yeah, but Index and I have to come back here.
I have the armor put into the game. How do I equip it?
That's not really a thing that you need to worry
You just need to
about.
manually clip your defense and soak up.
Okay, so you do manually. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh.
There's no. So when you put the armor on, just change your defense and change your soak in your character sheet.
Yeah, it's not as smart as you'd like it to be.
It's not like D&D where it's got presets in it.
Okay.
Very good. Yay, Ahsoka 6.
You're going soak, but if I can get leather armor with 2 hard points on it, and I can get the deflective plates and the Twilight rune, I'll be sitting at 5 ranged defense.
It would be impossible to shoot with an arrow. Or a spell.
I'll be impossible to shoot him with an arrow before I use sidestep, which upgrades the difficulty of incoming ranged attacks. I'll be untouchable.
And then they just come and hit you with a rock at point blank range.
That's fine. Do you want to fight a cat at point blank range?
If I'm an ogre, yes. If I'm a goblin, no.
As per your comment on ogre fighting cat, I would like to point out the lockpick set I have in my gear, made from the tusk of an ogre that we killed.
Okay, so I have 6 soak and 2 defense.
I just a lot of fucking soak. Do you have 4 strength?
I have 3 brawn.
Then shouldn't it? Oh, it has +1 soak, doesn't it?
Yes.
Ah.
Remember, the armor also has -1 soak.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
wait,
So
no, I had 3 soak before it because I have 3 brawn, right?
yes,
Okay, and it's a soak of 3,
it's a.
so I have 6 soak.
The armor has the armor has a soak of 2, and your armor has a soak of 1 because of the flaw.
Wait, plate has a soak of 4.
No, plate has a soak of 2, and I believe a defense of 2 as well.
It's
Oh,
got
the
encumbrance
of
4.
No,
Yeah.
no. Does
It's
it have
got-
a defensive?
It has
I don't-
defense
Okay,
1,
so it's a soak of 1,
defensive 1,
defense of 1, encumbrance of 4.
and
Check.
2 hard
Okay.
points.
So I have a soak of 4.
There you go.
Yep, that sounds right.
Yeah, because I have a brawn of 3. I am a robot, and I am wearing the armor, so I have 6.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, Twyla has the same soak as our fucking necromancer.
Because Twyla has like the Porsche of.
The creme de la creme.
She's got the Gucci of chainmail. It's got Index's
extra
name.
points for style.
In the very back, it says Index in like carbon scored links.
No, the oxidized, so it's got that rainbow. So the whole thing is like this oxidized chainmail, so it's got that really pretty rainbow effect.
The secret to her good armor is that I took those good pieces from the previous set of armor, which is what made it inferior.
All those critical crumple points you shave down to make ringlets out of.
Oh.
So it's inferior is because it's got big gaps between the joints.
Yeah. I was going to say like a boob window, but yeah, sure.
Or portal of death opening here. Okay, so what particular things are you doing when you're heading into the Badlands? Like stealth, survival.
I mean, we'll be doing survival to try to gather food and water each day.
Okay.
But other than that, I mean, it sounds like it's not like a completely untraveled trail.
Yeah, there's a bit of a path, but I mean, are you guys using stealth to avoid being seen by other travelers, or athletics to move really fast and get there early?
Are we following a trail, or is this open badlands?
It's open Badlands, but there's a beaten path that you can clearly see. This is where people take the pathways.
I would like to use knowledge geography to see if there is a safer path that maybe isn't somewhere brigands would hang out to try and get money from people.
Ooh, I like that. Give me a roll.
Okay.
Can I
You ready?
give him a blue dice for knowledge adventuring?
That's actually 2 different skills, so I'll give you a skill roll too. Basically,
Okay.
I'm looking to give each of you an excuse to
So
roll
hold
a
it,
skill.
Geography?
He's using geography. Yep.
Can
Sure.
I? Because I have 1 rank and a green in that. Can I
If-
give him a blue?
Okay.
If you have a rank in it, then I will aid you.
Oh, okay. See, I have 1 yellow and 1 green in knowledge geography
So if
because
you,
I'm a wandering gnome.
if you use your rank and my skill, which is 5, you should roll 1 yellow and 4 green.
Okay, so
So-
add 3 green, sweetie.
Yep, I got 3 green in there.
Okay, you ready?
You want to use a story point?
No.
Okay.
Ah. Okay, here we go. You ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so immediately Index and our wandering gnome are debating backwoods of what geographical mountains are coming up and what's
Well,
there.
he and I are riding in the cart together, so
And pretty much you guys, do that whole, we're going to go this way, as everybody else like, but the map says, we're going this way.
no, trust me. My cousin told me about this one path.
I know a shortcut. There's a well-worn goat path.
And then turn left.
Okay, so you've got an advantage there. So, sounded like someone wanted to roll for adventuring.
Yeah.
Okay,
Tell me when.
go for it. Oh, wait, no, I lied.
Oh no.
Abort. Okay, try rolling that again without all those extra greens. Okay, so from stories that you've heard of adventures and stuff about lots of different names of locations where ambushes happen, gangs that are notorious for living out in the Badlands, and you pretty much are helping them and their shortcut avoid areas that you're going for. Okay, so give me a survival roll.
I have 3 greens.
Well,
Does anybody have?
Sweetie, you've already made a roll. Somebody else make a
Oh.
roll.
Sorry.
That's probably our cat. Has he muted himself?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you want to go for a survival roll?
Yeah, I can throw one of those out.
Okay.
But I mean, if this is more about the like finding the best path, I'm perfectly content to just follow the trail as it exists.
Well, they've already found a good path according to Twyla and Index going off road. They're like, we know a better way. It's totally not going to be a National Lampoon's Vacation.
Lovely. Yeah, I'll throw a survival roll.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep. Ooh, lots of advantages.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so far we're at 4 advantages and 2 threat. So that pretty much has everybody making a roll. So basically, you guys get to where you need to go. You kind of realize, that there's a couple groups you guys avoided, a couple groups you let meander close to you because, they seem to be more the militant type. And you guys get to the warlord's area with pretty much no problem. Henceforth, the advantages. So, you get there, there's a bit of a large gathering of about 20 soldiers camped outside this really nice castle that's been rebuilt like 20 times. You can just totally look at this thing and see different layers and eras of stones that have been replaced over hundreds of years. This place has been jacked up and rebuilt many, many times. But it does seem completely functional. I mean, the drawbridge gate, the big doors look like they've got maybe 30 or 40 shields smashed into them to make, armor plating. But again, super functional. Just doesn't look that great. So you guys get there, and immediately, the mercenaries kind of like they're already employees there, and you can kind of recognize them all. They all have this same blue-red ribbon weaved into one sleeve. Makes them stand out quite appropriately for guys that are wearing a bunch of, thrown together armor suits and things. That they all have this same it's a fancy silk ribbon weaved into their sleeve of their arms. And immediately, like a group of these guys kind of like, puff up and come out to see who's coming up at the gate and why are you here, especially since you have a wagon. It means you could have something we're taking. So who's gonna, be the talking person for the group as the guy comes up and does the whole, whoa, stop your horses.
I guess I will.
Okay, he kind of, 2 of his buddies, there's 5 of them in total, 2 of his buddies do that whole walking up in front and kind of pet your horses to get them to stop, make sure they can't walk past without getting attacked. And he says, hey, so what are you doing here?
Would this be charm or?
What are you doing?
It depends on what you
Yeah,
want. Yeah.
I'm basically trying to charm them. It's like, hey, we're here to join, which is kind of true.
Okay, so are you charming him or are you deceiving him?
Charming.
Okay, so basically you're just going to flatter him to let you pass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's
I thought the guild set us up so that way we were actually mercenaries who she'd hire.
You are, but this is just getting by the schoolyard punks.
Okay, well, I mean, she's not really deceiving.
No, that's why I'm saying charm.
If she would like to whip out her writ that says you've been hired for a job, you can totally do that. And out of blue, but this is just talking your way past some yard bullies.
Okay.
Okay, are we ready?
Yep. So you're coming up to charm him, and he's just like, all right. Well, shit. So you succeeded. So you're basically just flirting with him to get past?
Yeah, but apparently one of them doesn't like me.
What? No. You're succeeding getting past these guys. Just something else is
One
going to
of them
happen.
liked you too much.
Oh.
Okay,
Or he
so
recognized me.
you and Index are in the wagon, and you're just flirting with this guy, and flirting with his friends, doing that whole ha 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 ha. What do you want for your 2 advantage?
A blue on our next.
I was going to say, did you read the suggestion? That's a good suggestion.
No, let's see here.
I'm envisioning, all of a sudden Twyla busts out in that semi-musical, flirtatious, can girl act.
It'd be more distracting.
Well, you flirt with him, but you flirt with all the other guys while flirting with him.
Well, yeah, I mean, I play to the crowd.
So do you want to use a suggestion? Because that definitely sounds like it.
I'm gonna play to the crowd.
Okay, so you start just doing this. You get a little louder, a little more giggly, and the rest of you guys are noticing that a lot of the crowd's really receptive to having a cute little shorty that's got a great set of pipes, and she can sing well too. So they kind of laugh it off, and they're just like, "Nope, you go ahead. We're just giving you a hard time." Now, Index, give me a perception check.
Oh no. Okay. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready. And I mean it too. Okay, don't worry about it, Index.
Oof.
You don't see anything.
Those difficulty die definitely paid for themselves.
So pretty much they point out to the whole, hey, the livery is over there if you want to stash your horse and wagon. They should be safe, but you can always pay the little kids we've got working in the livery extra money to make sure your horses don't disappear. And the wagon should be fine. Absolutely fine. Just don't keep anything of value inside it. You can set up your tents over there, and the Master at Arms will expect you to come first thing in the morning and report to him. And by the way, it's a great gig. We get paid even when we don't go out doing banditry.
Wow.
And if you see the warlord's girlfriend, she's a dwarf about this tall, big jagged scar across the eye, don't mess with her. She has free reign to execute anyone she sees fit.
Out of curiosity, do we see her around?
Well, Index doesn't see Jack, but pretty much you guys kind of take in the scene, and you don't see some roughed up little dwarf chick. So the coast is definitely clear. And they basically point out you guys can set your tents up over there if you've got them. If not,
you can sleep in the wagon.
Yeah. So what do you guys do?
I mean, let's park our wagon over there.
Okay, so you guys park the wagon where the tents normally are so that we can sleep in the wagon instead?
Yep.
Okay, you clearly see where they pointed to the Master at Arms tent. It's a nice big, it's cavalry style tent. And there's like some guys with desks out in front of it. So there's no mistaking where that is. Other than that, this camp is very haphazardly set up. And there doesn't seem to be much of a military-esque feel. More of this is just a mercenary camp. But you do notice that they're checking, basically for papers as people want to go in the castle. And you guys do kind of see as you're setting up yourselves, because of course you don't want to keep your horses with the wagon, because that'd just be nasty having horse poop where you're sleeping. But every now and then you see a pair of horses coming through with strangers that wearing nice clothes that kind of stand out. As they go up to the gates, show their papers, and then go inside. As all of a sudden you have a slight ping in your heart that maybe you should have taken the invitation to show up.
Invitation to be searched.
Well, believe it or not, you haven't seen them search. They just ask to see the invites, and then they let the people in. Unmolested.
That's more concerning, in fact.
So what do you guys do?
Well, we need to pay. How much do the kids want to make sure the horses don't get are to make sure the horses are treated properly?
Well, 3 or 4 silver would be a fair amount. What they want is basically every coin in your pocket, but you know that 2 or 3 coins is more than fair.
Give them 5, call it good.
And they do ask your guys' names. What do you tell them?
I mean, I can just give them my name because I am, in fact, a member of the Thieves Guild in perfectly reputable standing.
Your dues are currently paid.
Yeah. Do I occasionally do work for the Adventurers Guild? Sure. Doesn't everybody?
Yeah. I probably hold on. I gotta check something on my character sheet.
Basically, they just need to know whose horses these belong to. That's why they want to know your names. Or maybe they're the local Thieves Guild. You never know.
Then give him Cork's name just in case, because he's a member in good standing.
Okay, so these are Cork's horses, if anyone asks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
They're mine. Bought them myself.
Are you guys reporting to the men-at-arms now, or are you waiting till the morning to do it?
Let's wait till the morning to do it.
Okay, anything special you guys doing overnight? As I sense a screen swipe coming along.
Do we want to snoop at all?
I mean, we should definitely take watch, and during my watch, I'm definitely going to be watching everything around very hard, very intently. To see if there's any kind of exploitable breach in conduct.
Wow.
Is the party supposed to be tonight or tomorrow night? Or
it's going to be in 2 nights. You made really good time.
Okay.
And I'm good, Cork. I'm going to ask for 2 rolls. Give me the first roll now.
Both survival?
Perception.
Perception, right. That's even better. Ready for the first?
Yep. Now give me the second one. Okay, second one, you notice that there's a definite hierarchy. It looks like there's 3 little bands of mercenaries that are, cliques amongst themselves. And you got 5 advantages on that perception. Is there anything else specifically you'd like to know?
I'd like to know why the red dice are rolling so many despairs tonight.
Because they love me.
Good lord. I want to know if there's any gaps in the either patrols or the guarding of the gate.
You notice at the gate, the patrols, for 3 advantage, I'll give you both of those, that there are horrible gaps in the patrols around the perimeter. They always go at a set time, about 15 minutes after each hour's bell is rang, and their circuit is only about 30 minutes. So there's huge gaps for sneaking in and out without being seen. It's almost like they're mercenaries who are kind of phoning it in. In regards to the gate, you notice the guys at the gate only really care about someone having a writ to pass in and out.
All right.
They don't seem horribly interested in like strip searching people. They're not weapon checking. As long as you've got a piece of paper, you can walk in. If you don't have a piece of paper, they kick you in the ass and say go away. Now, for that first roll I had you do, that was really difficult, almost like you were trying to spot something hard to see, as opposed to the obvious encampment stuff. You definitely notice that there's somebody that keeps watching you guys, like stays just far enough away that you guys won't interact. But this Weasley-faced guy is intently curious and looking horribly, staring hard at either Index or Twyla. You're not exactly sure.
Lovely.
Now, how would you like to spend your 2 advantage?
I'd like to get a blue on a stealth check to go sneak up on him.
Ooh. Okay, I like that because that works with what I was going to do for the despair. So you're going to sneak up on this guy.
I'm going to attempt to sneak up on this guy.
Who's very perceptive.
Oh, lovely.
Oh my God, is it Seraph? No, he said Weasley faced. I don't think Seraph was Weasley faced.
So go ahead and give me your stealth roll.
Ooh,
Oh, damn!
nearly succeeded.
So,
These red dice tonight.
first off, Korik, pick one item in your character sheet. I will let you pick what that item is.
Any one item?
Any one item that was stolen from you while you weren't watching your stuff, but you were watching everything else, including the creepy Weasley-faced guy before you wandered off to go sneak off on him. That was stolen from your camp.
I think it would be fair for it to be something that I don't like keep on my body at all times. So that would basically be, since we're at camp, any of my rations, my backpack, my water flasks, my torches, or my 50-foot rope. You can choose from that.
I will take one of your flasks, because flasks are always valuable.
Yep, that's why I carry 2 of them.
And Index, pick something on your character sheet that was stolen. That you won't even know about till you look for it. So,
I know how much Index has.
that's why it's so funny to find out. So, Korik is wandering off to go sneak up on this Weasley-faced guy that he notices wearing this, like, red velvety kind of leathery thing, and he's got, like, you know, a nice rapier on his side, and this guy seems very intent on just, you know, he goes from campfire to campfire, but he's staring at your camp as you kind of walk up next to him, trying to be as sneaky as possible, and you botch it. I'm thinking you like accidentally tripped over someone's tent wire that you didn't see. You know how when you're focused on something and you're creeping, and then all of a sudden that little bit of tent string hits you in the foot just right?
Yeah.
And you're like, son of a bitch, that was so obvious. I should have seen it in peripheral vision. And you kind of like pop the tent peg loose, and it kind of falls down. Some people start making commotion. And Weaselface turns around and looks right at you dead in the eyes.
Lovely.
And he immediately does this, you know, he looks back at the camp where he saw you standing a little while ago and then back at you. And he pulls that whole dagger out of the belt to pick my fingernails threat.
I'm gonna go up to him and talk to him now. Cover's been blown. Now I can't threaten him from the shadows. I have to do it from the light.
And he looks and says, "Aren't you a cute little pet for someone? You probably belong to that gnome."
No, but I am a pet. Your mother loves to stroke me.
Oh!
You must know my mother. She runs one of the best brothels down in Waterrat.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Canker Sore, named after her.
Oh!
Well, at least that explains where you got your fleas, you cat.
Shit, you got me there. You're right.
And you're hearing like chuckles coming from this camp you guys are both creeping into, as folks are just like, "Oh, this is just fun." You are the entertainment. And he looks at you and points his dagger back towards you guys' wagon and camp and says, "So, look, furry one, you want to make some coin?"
What do you have in mind?
"Well, let me know if you want to make some coin first."
Let me know what you have in mind first.
"Just need a little information, if you know what I mean."
I've been known to carry some information.
"How about I give you a coin for every piece of information you tell me?"
Sounds fair.
And he basically pitches a silver coin at you. And he's like, "All right, that's one question answered. So who's the mechanical man you're traveling with?"
Nindex? Oh, I dragged him out of a mud pit one day. He got captured by goblins. He doesn't really remember where he's from, so he's pretty good muscle.
And he kind of flicks another coin at you immediately, reaches back into one of his little pockets to pull some more coins out as he's just like rolling coin over his finger. And he's like, "So is he mechanical or is he magical?"
Yes.
I've never really opened it up to look. He does his own maintenance. I'm guessing it's a bit of both.
He's like, "I wonder if he comes from those gray-bearded wizards." And he flicks you another silver coin. "So what's the mechanical man do? Is he good for amusement for parties, or does he actually have a skill set?"
He can punch things real hard.
That sounds useful.
I've seen logs splinter from his steps.
And go ahead and give me a deception roll there.
Deception.
Not necessarily deception. He didn't say how large those logs were.
It's fair.
I
Ready
think
when you are.
the guy is going to try and deceive him.
I'm ready. No, it's because he's telling kind of a tall tale here. He's exaggerating.
Oh, come on.
Wow, I thought you had that too. And he kind of looks at you, and he kind of pitches another coin, but it's at your feet, clearly intended not to reach your hand. What would you like for the 2 advantage? As you're realizing he sees through you, you made it sound a little too grandiose.
I'd like to know why I didn't get a blue die on my stealth roll like I asked for. I want a blue die on this. There we go.
Okay, we'll retcon that he flicked the coin into your hand. And he's like, "Log splitter, eh? Well, that sounds like something they'd be using a mechanical man to do. Probably makes great firewood."
Wouldn't know. It's usually while chasing around some goblins.
No, he's mechanical. He doesn't burn well at all.
Jesus.
"So if you'd be willing to sell that mechanical man, how much would it cost?"
More than you could possibly have.
But I'm a man of simple means and simple tastes. And he kind of shows you his nice velvety armor. But in case I had, say, a sponsor looking for something fancy, unique, you might even say, how much would that mechanical man cost?
That would depend on who the sponsor is. I'd like to get my money's worth.
So it's yours to sell, is what you're saying?
It's me who found him.
So I'll be calling on you tomorrow, and when I do, make sure you can sneak off to have a conversation if you don't mind.
Shouldn't be a problem with these guards.
And he kind of like smirks at that one of like he knows exactly what you're talking about. And then he pitches you another 3 coins, that land in beautiful, agile synchronicity in your hand. And he says, go about your ways. Don't get caught doing anything you shouldn't be doing here in camp. I need to go get me something warm and a warm bed to sleep in. And he basically starts walking off towards the gates.
All right, I'm going to turn around and head back to our tent.
Are you watching as he approaches the gates?
No, I don't think I will.
Okay. So you head back to camp and you kind of see some like motion in the shadows that you didn't quite catch. That exact moment you think, God, I hope somebody didn't steal my shit. Because obviously the guards here suck. Anybody can sneak in and out of these camps.
Yep.
Okay, so you get back to camp. Anybody taking watch after Korik? I'll take that.
No perception.
Well, that's okay.
Hold on, let me check my...
Korik has great perception.
Or just didn't apply it to actual keeping watch.
He was looking for other things.
I've got 3 green. I can take a...
You're going to take the last watch?
Sure.
That'll do.
I was going to say, try rolling again with some purple.
Nah.
Just roll a couple purple.
Okay, so everything seems on the up and up for your watch. You see that it looks like 2 or 3 people. They're either short race or kids. One or the other. You can't quite make it out. But kind of zipping from camp to camp, kind of maybe going through stealing shit. But they have nothing to do with your guys' camp.
Okay.
Maybe they don't mess with the new folks, or maybe they already went through your camp and got what they wanted. So dawn comes up. There's some banging of pots and pans as the cook puts the gruel out for breakfast. It's gruel with the occasional chunk of floating meat.
It's the best kind of gruel.
And of course, you kind of notice that as folks are getting in line for chow, there seems to be a gentleman there with a quill and pen, and it seems to be taking a head count as people are getting their morning gruel.
Let's get in line, I guess.
Okay, and as soon as you guys come up to your spot to get food, he kind of gives you guys this stink. Missing one arm, and immediately you guys walk up and he just like squints, and then he looks down at your 2 shorties in the team, and then looks up at the 2 tall guys in the team, and then he's like, go ahead, I haven't seen you around. Put your name and what skills you've got for this group of brigands. And this is when I'll say text your skill set in the chat so we know what you're saying you're good at.
Let's see here.
And he basically takes note and he makes a little signature there. And he seems to make a little notation jot down below each of your guys' signature and your skill sets. Is anybody looking at what he's writing?
Yeah, I want to know.
Okay, so like with Twyla, it's gnome female and the color of your hair.
Okay.
It's almost like he's writing down enough notes that you could be identified from a group. Like when indexes comes up, man of metal, question mark, question mark, question mark.
That's fair.
That is fair.
And he looks at you guys and said, so the pay is 10 silver a week, and you do what you're told.
Can we just talk about the economy in this world? 10 silver a week is the going rate for being a mercenary, but Twyla got $302 for one night of entertainment at a bar.
Yeah.
It's a college town.
And I rolled
Jesus.
triumph. I think I had what, two triumphs?
Yeah. And she did also the bar circuit, not just a bar.
Yeah, it wasn't just a single bar.
So she fleeced all the rich kids. So, of course, you know, he basically gives you the breakdown. Like, if you lose an eye, here's how much you get. If you lose an arm, here's how much you get. You know, if you're looking to have non-combat service, you'll be provided, you know, a lot less pay. But if you're sent out reaving, you get a share of the spoils. And if any man starts a fight with you, make sure that it's clear cut that they started it. And if you kill him, you get to keep whatever they owned.
That's fun.
As he kind of smirks. And the only three things you need to worry about is shut up and listen to those higher rank than you, which is everyone. 2, don't piss off any ladies you see wandering around camp, no matter how scarred they are. And 3, don't fuck up.
When he was talking about don't piss off the ladies, I'm going to go, yeah.
And he just kind of smirks at that one. This one's a keeper.
Well, and you can keep her.
I'm going to stick my tongue out at Cork.
Ain't those two cute? So make sure to be ready when someone calls on you. The Master at Arms, he'll be up, and he kind of looks where the sun is in the sky. About noon. He had a few too many cups last night, but that's what he does, is spend time with the troops. And if you see anyone that's got a letter like this, a writ like this, and he pulls out this writ that's got a stamp that looks like you can't quite place what the emblem is on the wax seal, but you kind of think you recognize it at the same time. If you see this, watch what you say and let them do whatever they want. Any questions? As he starts scratching the nub of his left arm.
No, sir.
Any place to get a decent drink around here?
Well, if you really want a drink, there's one of the cooks in the castle has a still that he sells booze on the side. So when they come out to bring more food, you may want to ask for the guy with the red mustache.
The red mustache, okay.
And don't tell him you've got coin. Because if you do, he'll fleece you for as much as he can. All right, get to the chow line. There'll be some duties assigned earlier as the Master at Arms decides to do it. And he kind of like flips the paper around and starts reading what you guys wrote. as he's like, scouting. Always good to have a scout. Daggers and music? And he gives like this music
And
look
I'm
at
like,
you.
and I chime my mandolin. Bling!
We gotta
Yeah.
make you an instrument that's made out of daggers.
She chimes and daggers appear to people. Mechanics and medicine. Punching things. That's always a good skill. I used to have a good left hook, and he kind of like, holds his left stub of an arm up and kind of murmurs. And then he goes, fighting cavalry. Well, big fella, you and your plate armor are gonna see some business.
Business.
So just make sure you fill up on some warm food here, because when we send you out on the road, you might be out there for a good week or two between, being picked up and brought back. And, if you're leaving the camp, I'll tell you a better place to keep your wagon to make sure it stays safe.
And where's that?
Well, that's only if you're leaving.
That's fair enough.
So go get some grub. I saw you got pulled out of the chow line.
Okay.
Well, I can stay with the cart as I don't
Since you don't eat.
eat much. Yes.
And what item did you end up losing off your inventory?
I'd say the apothecary's kit.
Oh my
No!
God, Eric!
You get to choose.
I love you as a role player. I just want to say that.
Would you have preferred the Wanderer's runestone?
Oof.
No.
As you go back to the cart, you realize that that's missing.
Yep.
That hurts. Ouch. Who was on watch last night?
Jeez.
I've got some good
That's all
news
right.
and some bad news.
Well, we'll just have to get you
Most of the apothecary's kit was wrenches anyway.
In fact, most of anything that Index has is just wrenches.
Okay, so you guys go, you get chow, you're hearing the other, mercenaries talking about this is a great gig, you get a good share of the loot, and on top of that, like, you can take people before you kill people if need be, Are you guys asking anybody questions of any importance?
I'm just listening to them. Do they seem to be just doing it for the money, or did she have like a cause?
Most of these are all cutthroats doing it for the coin. You're getting no like real cause, and I mean, does anyone want to ask about your employer?
Prize loser in mine, sweetheart.
What's that?
Dog.
Okay, so somewhere off in the distance in the castle, a dog is losing its mind.
Don't we need to end soon? Since
Yep.
Kelly usually needs to pass out.
That's why I was going for does anyone have any questions before we wrap up?
I don't think we do.
Okay, so you guys basically are getting hollered for duty assignment, and you guys will thankfully be getting kept together, and they're going to be dropping you guys off at a ambush spot where you're basically going to waylay some caravans coming through.
All right.
Thankfully, your team's going to be the last spot with two other teams further up the road, so your job's basically to make sure nobody escapes. But don't worry, y'all get to sleep really well before the wagon picks you up to take you to the ambush spot tomorrow morning. Which, by the way, happens to also be the morning of the party beginning. And that is a good place to wrap it up there.
All right.
So you guys are going to have a serious choice. Stay for the shindig or go off and be bandits. They never did say what would happen if you're deserted.
It's true.
That's true.
You just don't get paid, I would assume.
It's implied.
Okay.
All right. So you guys get 10 experience. You're camped out in a bandit camp. You've got an apothecary's kit missing. Ouch.
Yeah, that sucks.
That. And a flask.
And a flask. Very important.
I mean, that sucks too. Alrighty, so that's a good spot to wrap it up there.
Alright.
Now you guys are going to have to tell me next Friday. Are you guys going to go bandit some people? Save some people pretending to be bandits? Or stay and rob the place blind?
I mean, is it only a one-day mission?
No, it's not.
So we're expected to be out there for multiple days ambushing carts?
Are you asking?
I mean, I would assume that would be part of the, giving us the mission is how many days we're going to be out there doing that.
You guys will be out there 3 to 5 days, depending on how long it takes the cart to come back for you.
Oof. Being fair...
Because it's not like they know when the caravan's coming through.
Being fair, there was no real time limit on us getting the urn back, was there?
No, there wasn't.
No.
So, security's probably a lot heavier on all of the valuables when there's a party with a bunch of people in it.
This is true.
So perhaps we just have to work our way up.
As the rogue is trying to talk the group into becoming long-term bandits.
Hey,
I don't want to be a bandit.
all we have to do is relieve people of their valuables before they pass us by. How is that any different from negotiating in town?
You just
That
yell
we
at
get chased out of.
You just yell at them and say, "Throw off enough shit so I can stop chasing you."
Hey, that my negotiations, they have accused me of doing highway robbery. Alrighty, guys, I'm gonna log. Good night.
Have a good night.
Okay.